Hello, I'm Hal Ottaway with the Wichita Postcard Club, and it's time once again for a postcard of the week. Last week, I was in Nashville, Tennessee for a campaign button collectors meeting and had lots of fun there. It's good to get back and to converse and be with friends and to see what's they've found and discovered and have for sale. It was a giant room in a hotel filled with collectors and lots of neat stuff to look at and to ponder and think about maybe buying and adding to your own collection. I bought a postcard at this meeting from my friend Charlie Hertline in Greensboro, North Carolina. Sorry, Charlie. But Greensboro, North Carolina is Charlie's home, and he had shown this to me online just before the meeting. I said, yes, I'd like to see it. And so he said, I'll save it for you and show it to you in Nashville. And he did. What I brought was, or what I was able to buy from Charlie, is this postcard of Booker T. Washington. And it says that he was the principal at Tuskegee Institute, Alabama. This, I think, is unusual in itself. That how long has it been, if you've ever seen a postcard like this showing the principal or the president of a university? I can't think of any that I've ever seen. But this is a wonderful example of showing an African American man associated with this Tuskegee Institute in Alabama. He was an educator, he was an author, he wrote a book, Up from Slavery. He was a former slave and bought his way and so forth and out of slavery and wrote the book and became this very, very famous and prominent man. After McKinley was shot while he was president and Teddy Roosevelt, his vice president, became president, one of the first events to happen was in the White House. Teddy Roosevelt invited this man, Booker T. Washington, come on into the White House and we'll have dinner. And they did. And the press and certain people in the Old South were just aghast at this. There were buttons, there were posters, there were newspaper and magazine articles about this. It was something that just had never been done before and caused quite a stir. This postcard I liked because it's just in pristine, prime condition. It was postally used in 1912, just 3 years before Booker T. Washington passed away with a heart condition, I think. But he died in his late 50s, early for any person, and certainly a disappointment to the movement, so to speak. The looking back at Tuskegee Institute, it was also the home and the place where George Washington Carver, another slave who had worked his way out of slavery and became a scientist, probably the most prominent African American scientist at the time. He's famous for being associated with growing peanuts and all of the uses for peanuts. Growing and rotating crops between cotton crops and something else was a big deal at the time, and George Washington Carver was one of the proponents for that, alternating field crops. Later in World War II, also at this Tuskegee area, you remember about the Tuskegee Airmen, African Americans who formed this group of in the Army Air Corps and had crew members and everything. It was a tight unit and became very famous during the war for their service in World War II. In any case, this is a postcard that's in great condition. It will look good in with my other Booker T. Washington pinbacks and be something that will just kind of spark interest maybe in otherwise a collection or a display where we need a little spark and need something to make the show more interest and to draw attention to this man and the movement and what he associated with all during his lifetime. That's it for this week. Several issues here or things to remember. Please remember us in Facebook and in YouTube. Give us a thumbs up. And also our Wichita Postcard Club show in October 16 and 17 this year, we hope. And we'll see you there. And stay tuned for more news and so forth about the show coming up. Thanks very much.